guys, so we're back in the kitchen and just here at night getting ready to eat a meal. I've been kind of busy all day doing some paperwork and such, but I have had quite a bit of carbohydrates today, and so I'm already at my limit for what I feel comfortable with for my body recomposition and for what I need personally. So I'm trying to stick a little bit lower carb tonight, and we'll show you what I eat. So first off, this is what I'm making. It is 7:30 or 7:20 right now. So I'll probably go to bed around 10:30. So we'll have good 3 hours for this to digest. But I do use a bigger glass bowl, and here is zucchini noodles. And I think that if you find them on sale, the zucchini noodles, you should go ahead and buy them, because you can freeze them, and then if you have a low carb day, then you can go ahead and implement them, or do half noodles, like rice noodles is what I recommend, and then half zucchini noodles. They do create some water, so just cook them, drain some of the water. Up next, that meat in there, the meat is actually pre-cooked. It's ground beef, 93.7, and some ground turkey. Ground turkey by itself can sometimes be a little bit off-putting to people, but again, if you use the right spices, you should be fine. So for example, I love salt. I think everyone should use salt, but this one, we use a Cholula Chipotle. So it's got enough sodium in here for what I need, and seems to be pretty clear of things like free from maltodextrin and soy and such. So that way you don't add the fats, because you don't need to add the oils and such onto it, because the natural fats will help prevent the meat from sticking. Plus, if you cook it on low on a pan on the oven, then you can actually get away with, again, it not sticking or to the bottom of it, whether that be a stainless steel pan or cast iron pan, low, and then you can work your way up with the heat after the fat has already kind of coaxed the bottom. And then, so when we have this set, we have our options now. So if you've already hit your fat intake, which, I haven't, so I can opt to put some sort of fat on here to help me stay satisfied at night, but then again, hit my fat intake. That's going to help you feel fuller, in a sense, is what we would say. You can use avocado if you wanted to. Avocados sometimes has a high histamine response to a lot of people, so some people try to avoid it, but by all means, it's very high in potassium, very high in fiber, and unsaturated fats. I am going to use some goat cheese. So goat cheese typically used around the house, besides my kids. But because if you're lactose intolerant or you have an allergy to dairy or to milk proteins, this would be a great alternative. The enzymes within the goat cheese and goat's milks will be different than that found in the cow's milk. So gentle on the stomach, no bloating issues, especially at night. So we're going to go ahead and have this amount of zucchini. But zucchini is very good for the digestive system, even if you have IBS, chronic colitis, if you have gut permeability, things like that. You can totally do this amount of zucchini and not feel terrible as if you were to eat the same amount of volume, let's say in broccoli or another cruciferous vegetable that may cause too much gas to build up and too much sulfur, right? So we'll do that. Okay, so now it's pretty good as far as the calories. So what I also like to do is I use these sauces, and on here, it seems deceiving when you start reading the labels. So if you read the labels here, there is 68 servings in here. Okay, so 68 servings, 1 gram of carb. So if you do this whole thing, obviously 68 grams of carbs, probably more. So I usually, if it is 1.9 grams of carbs, technically that's 2, and they can mark it down and say 1 instead of 2, right? It's a little bit more incentivizing for consumers who are maybe more conscious about their calories. I think 2 carbs instead of 1. But also what you can do is whenever you get this bottle, you can half the bottle, and then you can fill half of it up with water. So now you've actually did dilute it enough to where it's a 68 carbs per container, rather than it being probably double that, right? So that's the way that I like to think about it, and it seems to work pretty well. Been consistently doing this for quite some time. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now if you did need to have something to help curb your appetite again at night, what I recommend. I really don't care about people using diet sodas, but again, you can use diet sodas probably at night. Try to get a diet root beer or diet Sprite because it's not going to have the caffeine in there. So again, try to avoid that. Again, here in the house, we also have some fat-free balsamic, and coming from, again, Sprouts is kind of where we shop. But sometimes we need some full-fat dressings and such, and that's where, you know, we will go with some like avocado ranch dressing. Yeah. And again, if you need to hit your fat intake, you can just put that on here. But this stuff's pretty expensive. This stuff is Eileen's, so I don't want to use it because I don't have the soy allergy. She does. So special shopping, right? So let's say that we got that out of the way. Maybe we want to do a little bit of, let's say, we need more fiber in our diet, which that zucchini amount, you have enough fiber. But maybe you want to have taco night, okay? There's plenty of things on there for tacos. So instead of getting like the regular, you know, hard shell tacos that you would, you also have these little guys. These are new, so zero net carbs, whatever that means, for people who are tracking carbs. I count carbs, whether it's a fiber or not. I will count them. So I don't count net carbs. I just count total carbs intake, and I'm consistent with it. So once you start one, be consistent with it. However, this does have wheat in there, so if you are, you know, intolerant to wheat, avoid it. Again, if you wanted to make it hard shell, you can heat it up, right? Put it in the oven with one of those little taco stands, or you can turn a cupcake pan over and then put these on top, and then it'll kind of mold to it and you can make a bowl. So you can kind of get a little bit creative there, but tacos are always going to be a good option for you at night if you are running into a low carb situation, because you can make a taco salad if you want to or whatnot. But again, if you need the carbs, what do? We just add maybe rice, right? So just go ahead and add your rice, totally fine. But if you wanted to actually indulge in this, take your time, eat this, watch TV, kick back, watch a movie. Okay, now you got that down. That took you quite a while. You wait a little bit, you drank a little bit of your diet root beer. Okay, well, maybe I want something else to snack on. Okay, so this is another option. A lot of people like sweet foods. Well, typically try to stick with something that takes a while to eat. Okay, so like these little guys, I think Greg Doucette probably made them more popular than what they are, but again, it's kind of been a hack for many, many years. The 100-calorie bags, right? So mini popcorn bags, put them in the microwave. Kettle corn, it's not overly sweet, but it is sweet enough, because you got to remember, when you're watching those movies or such at night and you're bored, sometimes cravings come in as if you are hungry, when really you're not. You're just distracted, and that will cause you to overindulge, overeat, oversnack. So sometimes it's a good idea to maybe avoid watching a movie and rather watch a show, and then like watch 1 or 2 episodes, and then maybe do like, you know, like a cool like card game, like what's that, the Odds Against Humanity or whatever. I mean, do something like that with your spouse or your friends or whatever you want to do. So another reason why you might end up overindulging is because imbalance of electrolytes, right? So sometimes we're just more thirsty. So if you do have enough carbohydrates to add in some sort of liquid hydration form with calories, we got coconut water, right? This is what I choose. I freaking love this stuff. This stuff is awesome. You can mix it with other powders too. So if you wanted to do like an EAA supplement, like it's just another essential amino acid supplement that can add a little bit of flavor to it. So if you wanted to, my man over at Arms Race gave me one of these things to try. So again, you can mix them together if you wanted to, throw in some ice, and then there you go. You got yourself a little bit of hydration and such. But if you don't need it, then you got this, or you have other hydration products out there, like Galaxon has an Astrolite. So things just to help with hydration. I wouldn't worry about water retention at night. Sodium's going to help you have better muscle recovery and better fullness the next day, especially if you lift in the morning. You want to be fully hydrated. Hopefully it won't cause you to to urinate during the night as much. If you do have that problem, I mean, sometimes taking things like glycerol or theanine may help reduce that, because it can help with either glycerol water retention, osmotic process, pull the water into the muscle cells, or the theanine can help to reduce the catecholamines. So it may help reduce the nighttime urination. Fun fact, right? No one likes getting up in the middle of the night and freaking needing to stand there, guys, and pee and aim in the dark, or you can sit down and pee. But yeah, so that's going to be tonight. And if you want to, again, I'm probably going to throw that on there. A little bit of pico de gallo. Again, got this because it's on sale. As much as I can, I try to get things on sale because healthy eating isn't expensive at all. What's expensive is when you're trying to build muscle and you need to eat a certain amount of food, but you're also looking for quality. So you kind of give and take. So what you do is you just conveniently shop for the cells, and then sometimes you can freeze things. Obviously this you can't. However, I don't eat a lot of it. I'm not the biggest fan of tomatoes. Tomatoes are what we call a nightshade, and sometimes those can cause inflammation in people, or sometimes they can cause gout, things like that. So if you have some other issues, some food elimination might help you realize like what you might be, inflamed to. So that's about it tonight, but I will eat this guy right here with some goat cheese on it. You can just imagine it, right? Smells like Chipotle taco, and probably have some popcorn because tonight is the NCAA championship game. I work tomorrow morning because I wake up early anyways, and go from there, you know what I mean? So another high carb day tomorrow, so I'll hit around 650 to 700 grams of carbs tomorrow. Today I landed at around 550 carbs. Wasn't planning on that. I was trying to stay at 400, but I would say 500 and up. I call that a high carb day for myself. And then eventually we'll get down to a low carb day, which would be like 50 grams of carbs, and then we'll go to a moderate day carb, which will be like 250 to 300 grams of carbs. That's what it is. So again, carb cycling. This is kind of what I choose to eat at night when I need to fill my belly, because it's going to be a good 3 hours of watching NCAA playoff championship. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know in the comments, or you can just go to my linktr.ee / fit.dad, and then you can have all my inquiries about anything. So later, y'all.